Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. You ready to go? We have got a hot topic for you today as well. Big stuff. Huge. So stay tuned for that in just a moment. First, how about a weather forecast? You ready? You ready for the weather? There it is. Nice day, right? Yesterday, I think most people were like, yeah, yesterday was pretty good. It's right about average, but sunny, low wind. Yeah, feels good out there. I spent about a half hour sitting on the front porch just watching the world go by. This is what passes for entertainment for me now. I'm that guy sitting on the front porch in my neighborhood. But, you know, felt good. So same deal today. Enjoy it. Yep, kind of this. It's sort of like this every day this week. We'll change it a little bit to make it seem like we're doing something, but it's pretty much the same bet. All right. The real reason I was sitting on my porch is I was delaying the task that I have been doing more and more and more over the last year, and that is unloading the dishwasher. So I posted this on Facebook yesterday, and I thought maybe you guys would like to weigh in on this. I got 200 comments on dishwashers and how much we've been running them over the last year plus. I asked, I'm not sure if dishwashers get miles on them, but if so, we may have a problem. This dishwasher might be nearing the end of its life just because of all of the work it's done over the last year. I wondered how many loads, not how many kids, that was a typo, how many loads of dishes are you guys running every week or every day? And are you over it? Now, I know this is a position of privilege, right? Like I have a dishwasher, and I'm grateful for it. We only put plates and bowls and cups and mugs in silverware. That's all we put in ours. Some people put pots and pans and all of that. But we hand wash that and machine wash the dishes. But oh man, some people reporting that when their dishwasher has broken over the last year, they've had to wait 3 to 6 months. So tell us your dishwashing stories, and we can all kind of empathize with each other as we're all a little sick of it, right? Work from home, kids at school from home, all of that, lots more dishes. Let's bring you up to date in some of the news that maybe brings us closer to feeling like we're coming through this year of pandemic. Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine could be approved for kids as young as 12 years old in just a matter of hours. CDC meeting to decide whether to recommend that shot. The FDA already approved it. The CDC says yes. Young Minnesotans could start getting their shots as soon as tomorrow. Patsy Stinchfield from Children's Minnesota will be on that call advising the CDC. She says that trials show the vaccine was 100% effective at preventing COVID-19 in 12 to 15-year-olds, and parents should know kids will get the same dose as adults, and they might have similar side effects, so something to be aware of. But I know some pharmacies and clinics are already making appointments for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Mayo Clinic just published their findings for patients diagnosed with post-COVID-19 syndrome. And some of the new findings are startling. This is sort of the long hauler situation. Many patients reporting unusual fatigue and problems breathing. That didn't surprise researchers. But what doctors also found is these patients are having a tough time with normal everyday tasks, even as routine as brushing their teeth. Many are still restricted with their work because of their long hauler symptoms. Lead author of the study joined us live earlier this morning on our morning news on TV, and he says, you know, these long haulers, these patients are frustrated because the tests say they should be back to normal, but they sure don't feel like it.
They get met with often skepticism by their loved ones, their employers, even sometimes their providers. But what this really says to us here is that we don't have a full understanding yet, a nearly full understanding of how this process is going on inside people's bodies, and we don't have a good test for it yet. Just because the tests are all negative does not mean the condition doesn't exist and is not impacting their lives severely.
Over half of these study patients reported having symptoms of brain fog, having a tough time concentrating months after their diagnosis. And this is for people who maybe are on the fence about how important is it to get a vaccine when you look at the relatively low chances for healthy people, younger people, of dying because of COVID. But this is what we're vaccinating against. Some of these long hauler symptoms that are so common. Nobody wants to deal with that. There are some new signs that downtown Minneapolis is on the road to recovery from the pandemic.
There's more people out here today than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, we love to hear that. Downtown Council says nearly a quarter of office workers have returned. And that's good because we were at about 16%. Restaurants, light rail, trains, about 35% full. Guthrie Theater announced they're going to reopen the building, so that Endless Bridge and that Amber Box, yep, that'll open in July. They'll do their first play in October, and they're bringing back A Christmas Carol, which will start in November. Want to show you some of these videos that a couple of our viewers sent in. Dust Devils. Isn't this wild? Steven sent this one in from Blaine. Dust devils, it's sort of like a mini tornado, right? It's when the hot air at the surface begins to rise rapidly with much cooler air above it and higher up into the atmosphere. So you get that. Yeah, wild. It's been so dry here. We haven't had much rain this month, and so you're seeing some of that phenomena. That's cool video. Yeah, good stuff. Target is launching its own line of plant-based food. Target's been really expanding their own kind of house brands, and so they launched this Good and Gather brand. You've probably seen it in the grocery section there, and Target's going to have more than 30 meat and dairy alternatives. See, it says plant-based right under the Good and Gather logo. They'll have vegan spreads, plant-based dips, imitation meat and chicken products. So look for that in stores and online. They'll gradually be rolling out through the fall. This is pretty cool, a new way to enjoy the Mississippi River waterfront in North Minneapolis. This was a dead-end road, and they made it into a beautiful new pathway leading up to the new 26th Avenue North overlook. Yeah, the whole thing was designed by black professionals. Black young people created the artwork that surrounds this beacon light. Pathway connects neighborhoods all over the city. You know, a lot of people will be biking over there, hiking over there. Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board partnered with the Minneapolis Parks Foundation to make that happen. Really nice overlook. Yeah, going to be a popular spot to go check out. If you are looking for a job and you love baseball or love the environment of a ballpark, Target Field is hiring. The stadium's food and beverage vendor holding a hiring event today. They're going to need a lot of people, right? The Target Field, most of the concession stands have not been open, as they've had only 10,000 fans in there. They're looking to fill a lot of part-time positions. So cashiers, retail, this is noon to 3 this afternoon. Servers, all of that sort of thing. So yeah, go get a job. College students, we know you guys face a lot of pressure and stress. And new research this morning, we've seen different schools trying stuff with therapy dogs. And new research shows this isn't just like, you know, snowflake kind of, hey, look at the cute dog kind of nonsense. It really works. Washington State University's researchers found that petting a therapy dog actually improves students' thinking and planning skills more than some of the traditional stress management methods. So think about that. They teach stress management. Some of this, you know, well, you need like you get your organizer and you got to plan things out and you do bite-sized lessons and whatever. But the research shows, yeah, what any dog lover already knew. The little puppy snuggles. But it works. It's research, so that's good. We know people love their dogs, right? You love your dogs, except some of you hate your dogs. I know, like, you know, it's love-hate sometimes. Depends what they did. If they ate up your remote control or your clothing or peed on your comforter. Next thing you're wondering, though, when the dog does kind of some of the goofy faces they make, what is the dog doing? Jeff Wagner looked at this in Good Question last night, talked to Liv Hagen, one of my favorites. She's terrific at the Animal Humane Society. She's the head behaviorist. What's that dog doing? Yeah, that's Oakley. When Oakley hears singing, gives kind of this. So we asked Liv to explain what is going on, and Liv says the dog tilts its head when trying to figure out a unique sound.
So changing the way their muzzle is maybe blocking noise coming in, changing the way they're seeing, changing their ears and picking up on noise, right? Changing their head direction or giving a tilt changes that perspective.
Yeah, Jeff also asked about some other behaviors, like what does it mean when dogs flash a grin like this? I would say the dog on the right is giving you a different vibe than the dog on the left. Good question is on our website at WCCO.com. You know how it is with trying to figure out what dogs are thinking. We sort of apply our own way of thinking, our own behaviors, our own personality traits onto animals. And do we really know? But it's certainly fun to try to figure it out. Okay, let's talk about the dishwasher. I'm getting great responses on Twitter. Can I I want to read a tweet before we show some of the Facebook answers we're getting, because Corinne Lund, responding to the dishwasher question, says, I am appalled that the 2 gamer kids I raised fail so badly at dishwasher Tetris. That's exactly right. Got to load it in just right. There's a technique of loading the dishwasher. Here's some of your feedback from Facebook. Let's show that. Becca, we only had to wait 4 weeks for our new dishwasher. That's not too bad. We probably run it every night, even if it's not totally full or it gets stinky. Yeah. You guys rinsers, do you rinse before you load? Oh, my wife makes us do that. Thanks, Becca. Here's Justine. We run a load in the dishwasher almost every day. Yep. Thank you. Here's Bradley, with both of us working from home full time. We eat a lot at home, so we're running that. Even with 2 people, Bradley's running that thing almost daily. They had the circuit breaker burn out last week, and it had to be replaced. Yeah, dishwasher fatigue is real. I'm telling you. Christina, I run it every single day, and it's full. Now there's an approach. If it's not able to go in the dishwasher, I don't buy it, because everything's going in there. Yeah, thanks, Christina. Katie says, if we had a dishwasher, it'd likely be 2 times a day, but ours is broken. Oh no, for a family of 9, Katie has a lot of dishwashers in the house. That's the good news. Yep, that's our kid's job too. It was my job as a kid. My brother and I had to wash the dishes, so Seth and Sam have to do it as well. One washes, one dries. It's always an argument. Pam, we run our dishwasher once a week. So they do the pots and pans by hand. Very good. Lots of great feedback on Twitter today as well, and Facebook. So thank you for all of that. We appreciate it. We love hearing from you on whatever the topic is of the day here on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Until then, have a great hump day.